Now let's do our final building, our most commercial looking one, number 4. So I'm going to scroll out here and hold down the key center button and drag over. We're going to select our last building here, and we're going to copy it over again at 40 feet. And it doesn't matter where I pick because I'm just moving everything 40 feet. And we'll go to the 3D view and we'll start to make some corrections to this building. And nice to see that we're getting a save reminder coming up. And first thing I want to do is we're going to go ahead and delete this roof. Oops, I'm going to try to delete, gone. We're going to put a flat roof on, and it has what's called a parapet condition, which is something I will cover in lecture if you haven't heard it already. It's the idea that the wall extends up past that level of the flat roof, creating what's called a parapet. So we actually need to make the walls slightly taller than they are. Right now they go up right to level 2. We want them to go a little bit higher. So I'm going to grab each one of these walls by holding down the control key and allowing me to select them all. And once I have them all selected, I'm going to go and do an offset. So I have a chance, I'm still connected to level 2, but I can actually add 4 feet onto that. So I'm going to add a 4 foot into that dialog box and click apply. And our roof moves up to that extra 4 feet. And we're actually ready to construct a flat roof system here. And we'll do this in 3D mode because it'll give us the quickest kind of feedback. So I'm going to go to architecture, roof again, roof by footprint. It says that we're in 3D, but we haven't specified what level we want it. We do want it to be on level 2. So I'm going to click yes. You'll notice how it says now the base level is level 2. We have it set up for room bounding. What we want to do is take the slope off of it. We're in the screen editing mode now. Define slope is off. We're going to make sure that there's no overhang. And we're also going to not extend it into the wall core because we don't want it showing on the exterior of the building. So let's see how this all works. So we're going to use our pick wall tool again. And you'll notice when we come in here, and I'll zoom in, you notice how it's showing it going down a little bit. That's that 4 foot offset. Our roof is, our wall is 4 foot higher than our actual roof is going to be constructed. So I'll just go ahead and click on these and select them. And I think it is extending it out to the exterior boundary of the wall. And we'll see what that looks like. And yes, it has. You'll see how it looks like it's peeking through over here when I complete the construction of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and edit this. If I grab it, I've selected it. Now I'm going to double click on it. And if I select any of these, it has a little flip tool, and that'll flip that to the inside of the wall. And I'll click complete, and now that's sitting inside of the wall. And so now you can see this idea on the roof of what a parapet is. So this is 4 foot of extra extension of the roof, or excuse me, the wall above the roof line. Creates a nice a way to retain water from running down the exterior since there aren't gutters on commercial buildings. And there's all kinds of details that go with this, and that's many lectures in and of itself. So let's go ahead now and make some final modifications to the facade. We're going to add what's called storefront glazing on. I'm going to do right away. I'm going to actually delete these windows. So I'm just going to select them and hit delete. We're going to move this window over so that it is, let's say, 4 feet from the edge, just by modifying that. And we're going to grab now for the first time the storefront tool, and it's a little bit storefront glazing windows, and it's really a little misleading because it's not under the window, it's actually a wall element. So I'm going to go to wall architectural again, and this time I'm going to drag down on this menu until I come to storefront. So if you're not seeing it here, you may need to make sure the scroll bar goes all the way down. I'm going to grab storefront, and I can actually draw this storefront in 3D. Let's say we'll start from I don't know, let's see if I can catch 7 feet here. I'll do 8 feet. There we go, click. And then I'll come over here and let's go out. I don't want to come quite to the end because there's an issue of what happens when we get to ends of walls. And let's say we'll type that to be 20. Let's see what that looks like. There we go. So I click 20 and it's done. It still wants to draw. I need to unclick the chain tool and escape out of that. And let's put a little bit of storefront out on the other side. So I'm going to grab the wall tool again, architectural. You notice I didn't actually, I need to go back and show you that you have flexibility here. This is actually up to level 2 with no upset or offset, and that's actually right into the roof level. So we actually need to make a modification to that. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it up to level 2, but I'm going to change this to being negative, excuse me, I don't know why it's not allowing me to make that change, negative 2 feet, and click apply. And now that just lowered it down for us. It's still connected to level 2, but it's just down 2 feet. So it's out of the where the structure of the roof would be. And we're going to go ahead now and construct some more of that. So I'm going to grab that tool again. I'll come over on this side. Oops, I've gotten into a strange mode here. Let me grab the wall tool again. Architecture, a storefront, and now on my drawing tool, we'll start 2 feet. Well, actually, go even closer, 1'6". Now, if we zoom in here, you can see how I'm getting an indication that I'm actually touching the wall, and I got that little pink icon. Make sure that happens for you. And the tricky part here is to make sure that you're coming out with that 90-degree angle. And I'm going to make this, I'm just not going to drag it all the way down. I'm just going to make it 30 feet long and hit enter. And then we have our glazing. And once again, because I didn't originally set this up for the right height, I need to select it. Now, if you try to reselect this, sometimes the tab key can make you select different components. So I'm hitting the tab key. And what I want to make sure I do is select the whole window, which I've done. And then once again, we want that to sit down 2 feet. So I'm going to go negative 2 feet and click apply. And there we have our storefront now at the right level. There's one other error in here that I've created that's easily correctable. The windows are actually facing in the wrong direction. If I select this window, I have that tool where I can swap the direction of it. I'm not actually seeing it. There's another way of doing that, and that's to hit the space bar. So we actually have two comparisons of windows here. This one, if I zoom way in, you'll be able to notice how it's a little hard to tell. How we actually have, let me go back. Show edges is on, and yet we don't have, oh, there we go. You'll notice how we have this idea of this is where the glass pocket is, these double lines here. They're close to the front of the window on the exterior. That is the correct way. This is the incorrect way. So if I select this and hit the space bar, it'll flip over to the other side. So now we'll zoom back out. We're getting a little bit of a screen redraw issue there. I apologize for, I'm not exactly sure why that is. Let's change. A lot of times if things don't show up right, you can click on a view and get it to correct itself a little bit. And that is a little bit of a screen redraw issue. So now we've created all of our 4 buildings, made all of our modifications, really came a long way in learning how to manipulate through the software. And the last thing we're going to do is bring this all together in a presentation sheet. So we'll pick that up in the next clip.